Hi everyone. Um, how would I start it? So this particular video, I am uh, doing about Xiaomi My Notebook 14 Horizon Grey Edition. This is something was on sale on 17th of June 2020. So I bought this particular version, which is the 8 GB RAM. Um, not this, not the exact this version. I'll probably, yeah. So I bought the i5 version, which is 8 GB RAM, 512 GB SSD, NVIDIA MX 350 graphics, and it was delivered on uh, delivered on 20, I think it was delivered on 19th, I think. So this is my, I would say, the first review, as a first user review. And I don't know if I should say is if there is anything to review as well, because uh, for me it's don't buy. Okay, there are few more sell. I would say there are few more uh, a few more rounds of these flash sale is happening. One is on 26th. I would rather say buy something little older, but still far more sturdier than my notebook. So I also wrote about it yesterday night. I mean, after a lot of thinking, I thought if I've spent some money and what I've disliked, I should share with uh, everybody else. So this is my blog. This goes into that how what I bought, and specifically also about the background of this. Why I actually bought the Xiaomi laptop. Uh, so let's get some background to it, right? So way back from I think 2016 or 20, I think 2 years back, somewhere 2018 or 2017, 2018. I used to go to. I'm a big Xiaomi fanboy. So there are a lot of devices of Xiaomi that I have. For example, Xiaomi that Fitbit, sorry, the Xiaomi band or my band, or you would say the my router, or even at one point Xiaomi phone, um, and then also I love like the value for money earphones, and and few more things as well. So for me, anything whenever anything Xiaomi launches in the market, um, except for their phones recently, I've been very excited. And from the start, uh, on as I said, on 2016 when I 2018 when I went to one of these uh, my flagship stores. I live in Bangalore, so I went to one of these flagship stores. And since the time I've seen their 14-inch or their compact laptops, I've always wanted to own one. Previously, I wanted to buy it out of China or find somewhere, for example, Alibaba or elsewhere. Just didn't get the confidence of buying them because laptops are a expensive thing, and you want to buy a laptop as a daily driver, and you definitely want the necessary service and also the necessary uh, after sales service when you buy one, and you would also want the parts. Unfortunately, buying something from elsewhere, there is no guarantee that you would be covered by the service, and another major part would be parts. So these were some of the reasons why I resisted from buying Xiaomi. But when this thing started, that Xiaomi, I think a fortnight back, when I heard that Xiaomi is launching its My Laptop, so I was definitely one of those people who actually was closely monitoring it, saw so many video reviews. There were mixed reactions. Some said it is okay for the price and for the quality and build quality it is, probably not worth it. And some said it's a major buy because for the value for money it brings and the kind of hard specs that it top end specs that it gives for the price range. It was a good buy. So for me, I was a sucker for anyway for the my notebook. So I when the flash sale happened on 17th, I uh, uh, I went and registered for it. And one thing, I'm not a great fan of flash sales. Reason being, you are always in a hurry, and as soon as you go and register there, it's always either in seconds the whole thing goes off, or it's very. I rather would like to touch, feel, at least in case of laptops, touch, feel, buy, and at least evaluate it before I buy it. Now the thing with but with flashes also, I have got some really good devices. So that's the reason why I went with this, and I did the purchase. So this is the version that I bought. Though I wanted the i7 top end version, but settled for this. This is what I got at that time. Well, which if you compare for the specs that they're providing, and now if you go to so they the this particular version, My Note 14 Horizon version, is provided in two variants. So the two variants are let me open up. There it is. Specs here. Let's go to the specs, right? So it comes in Intel Core i7-10510U processor. Now here one thing is that while if you see the both are quad core, the i7 and the i5, these are all mobile chips, so the performance are more attuned towards portable mobile devices. So you don't expect uh, the kind of processing power that you would want from a top-end gaming laptop. But as a daily driver, I think they are good enough. Okay, so the major difference between the i5 and i7 would be their their cache. So I think L1 or L2 cache is here is 6 MB and it is 8 MB. Here the if you are going to the max boost clock, here i7 shines with 4.7 gigahertz, and the i5 is only 4.2 gigahertz. But I'm not sure how much will you be boosting your CPU usage. And as far as the average usage is there, I don't see a major difference, 1.8 or 1.6. For me, both of them sound the same. Okay, now coming to the NVIDIA GeForce graphics. Personally, I would say NVIDIA GeForce graphics MX350, which is being sold. Uh, I'll tell you, when I opened the laptop and wanted to use it, if you are using with the display, you won't be getting the advantage of GeForce. So NVIDIA GeForce graphics are only useful if you're playing games or the application itself makes use of this. Personally, I shifted to the GeForce graphics. Just did some stress tests, and personally, one of the biggest letdowns for me was the fan noise. I'll come to this. I'll come to that. As far as the display is concerned, the look and feel is concerned, personally, for me, Xiaomi's laptop was one of the major positives of the laptop. So, I have put some. So I have some pictures out here. So this is how, when I unboxed it, this is how I got this laptop. And this is how, if you run it, you would have feel. So I mean, somebody would say it's a MacBook clone or MacBook Air clone. um, for me it was all fine, because I own I would say a 2015 MacBook, and this pretty much felt the same. Okay. The I would say you the positives about this laptop were that I uh, they are it's a top end spec. Okay. And all the laptops that I've ever owned are always heavy laptops. I mean, if you have goods in them, I mean, they are good performing and good laptops. They are also very heavy. But in case of this laptop, from the moment I bought it, I mean, as I said, I got it by 19th. So as I got it, it was very light, to the point that I was even worried that they given me a simple box, or have they given me a laptop? So I unboxed it, and now the things that I liked about the my notebook, right? So first of all, the box was minimalist. It didn't had all those show where you have double wrapping, bubble wrapping, and I don't know, it's a quirk or a good thing, but yeah, you would find most of their products, they get a brown box, and within that you'd get your product. So pretty much with that, the same with this, and it had only three things. I think three to four things. One is the pamphlets, the laptop, the processor, and the cable adapter, and the webcam. Yeah. So for some, the external webcam is a major problem. For me, it's fine. So as you saw in the um, in this picture, right? So if you see, this is what is the webcam. This is the adapter. Now they don't give you a USB-C adapter. They have a custom adapter that you have to use, but it's handy. I would say some in the YouTube have said that it's really not portable, but I would say I just bought it and opened it, and it's quite portable. I mean, anybody who takes a laptop would have enough space to take these items. This is really one of the most portable laptops that I've seen, and its lightweight is phenomenal. I mean, I have used a Dell, I've used Lenovo, I've used a Mac. Yeah, all are heavy. Even I have owned a Acer, and while personally I like a heft to my laptops and devices, yet the light build of Xiaomi, I liked it. And then let's go to the overall setup process. No fuss. I mean, yeah, you don't even have a logo upon it. Some may dislike it. I liked it. That it's a plain finish, and it's a gray color. And the grayish color, really, I personally liked it. But where I really didn't like it, right? So let me come back to the picture. Now, if you see here, uh, one of these spaces, this is the panel where you actually put your hand and do your typing. Uh, Now, some may not like the keyboards. I was fine with it. I mean, they were definitely I mean, they were not like the Mac keyboards, or let's say the Lenovo keyboards, but they were still fine. I mean, good quality. I mean, you can put and type it. And I type a lot today, so so as a working laptop, I mean, the writing position fine. But what is major no-go is that it's panels, right? When you put the hand on the panels, yeah, I have a sweaty palm, so I mean, be careful. Have a cloth. So in fact, as I type, I had to keep a cloth just to clean up, wipe out constantly, because it would quickly catch smudges. This is something I don't like about laptops. So if you want to use long term, so either I don't know, you would have to have some clothes. Second thing, the finish of this product is not that great. Now, while when you open out, the outside looks great, but when you open the panel, right? So if you see these edges, these bezels, right? This thin bezels, while looks good, you would see the rough craftsmanship, or the, I would say, the lack of quality in this panel. So it is a plasticky panel, and the finish is not that great. It is I mean, it seems like something is protruding out. I mean, I didn't like that. So, and also when you hold and at a closer monitoring, right? If you put your hand over the surface, also, I feel I didn't get a confidence when you buy a laptop. When you are traveling, you would be using this. You would be using this laptop as a regular. Daily usage for daily usage. I felt that this laptop had a problem of it would catch dust quickly, and since I don't get a confidence, I don't know if by chance it false. I mean, it's a go. I mean, you have to take a lot of care of this laptop. Personally, somebody who uses laptops, if you're buying, I would say while you buy a light laptop, please see its drop rating. I don't think this laptop has a good drop rating. So you would be risking, if by any chance it falls down, pretty much you can throw out. Now coming, I'll come to the point of the return policy. That's a that's another downside of this particular laptop. We'll come to that. And as far as ports are concerned, if you have only two USB ports, I think you have USB-C. I've not gone into it because personally I was just mainly busy with setting it up. So setting it is really not a very complicated process. Just as you would do any Windows device, you do it and go. Now the second thing was for me was to test out. Okay, I would want to find the graphics card that it uses GeForce graphics card. I have bought a Horizon. How to know it? Now, if you see in this picture itself, it only talks about the Core i5. Now, typically, if you have a NVIDIA graphics card, it should ideally also have a NVIDIA logo. You don't find it here. So by this, I from there itself, I had this feeling that is this worth it? I mean, does it really have the NVIDIA graphics card? It almost took me 15 minutes to figure out that I really have the touted NVIDIA graphics card. I was almost about to, in fact, call up the support and say that first, this is not the laptop I bought. Just give me a refund. Uh, but uh, but thankfully it was there. I mean, you go to the settings and find it. Some amount of googling would get you there. Then come to the usage wise, right? So I'm not open 50 60 laptops. I just did a user benchmark. Now from the user benchmark, one of the major things I found that was it is good as a desktop. Okay, for lightweight usage, it's good as a desktop. But if the kind of the extra GeForce that you get, the high end spec, that doesn't mean it is a good gaming device. Well, I'm not an avid gamer, so I've not tested it. I did some GPU testing. I'll come to that because that is one of the reasons why I would not recommend this. Why I'll come to that. But as a laptop, uh, uh, I mean, it was more for a light usage than for a heavy usage, I would say. Now I did the user benches. It was the performance was to the better side. So if somebody, like if you are opening Excel, or you're opening you're working on you're watching movies, or probably you are using some light applications or web browsing, yeah, this laptop is great for you. At least that was my thought process by looking at the user specs. Uh, Next comes the GPU. So I wanted to test out the GPU and see how well it works. By this time, I was hearing a bit of fan noise that was coming out. And then when I ran the GPU test, I downloaded an open source app for doing the OpenGL based GPU test. One of the biggest problems I found was that as the load on the CPU increased, the fan noise was really visible. And as the load, I mean, when it was temperature was, let's say 69, 72%, the fan noise was really, really huge. and I have the fan noise with me to, yeah. So can you hear that? Yes. So that was the kind of fan noise I would not like anybody to hear. And personally, for me, that was a major no-go. Okay. Uh, then so so let's and that's the reason why I would say for a device that you're buying and on a daily user, I'm a programmer, right? I would be doing some programs on it. I'm not even talking like deep learning stuff. If you're just writing some simple programs or you are working on an ID, and let's say it is CPU intensive, you don't want those fans coming up. Now, let's say you want to give a demo somewhere, or you want to work somewhere where you would be working on some uh, little complicated code, okay, which you expect out of this portable device. And that time, I mean, you are getting this huge fan noise. Personally, I mean, from that perspective, if you are thinking this as a work device for you, well, this is a major no buy for me. And that's why and let's say you want to buy a device which is for light usage, and you want to make it a daily driver. As I said, the build, while the look and feel was great, the build quality I was not very happy. It was very light, so you don't have a confidence that it falls. What would happen? Then given the added factor that it by default uses and also recommends to use the integrated graphic, and the fact that when you try to play a game and this fan noise, and also the fact that now coming the last one, the major reason why I would say you not buy it, if you even want to buy this device, better buy it from when it comes to Amazon and Flipkart, is because at my if you buy this laptop, the only thing you can do is replace it. You can never return this device and demand for a refund. Okay, I didn't go through the fine lines. Now when I bought it, now I'm not even sure if I can return it back. Okay, so that's why don't buy from Xiaomi. Better go to Flipkart or Amazon, where they at least have some kind of a return policy. And that's the reason why. And I would say, given at this form factor, just go for a you don't want a 10 gen device, just go for a 8 gen or even for 8 gen device, which you can probably find within this price, or even go with a little older generation for a MacBook. I have been using MacBook. You can get a MacBook Air at this price, and probably if you're lucky, you can also even get a MacBook Pro. I think the 15-inch version. They are older, yes, but given its solid build, the kind of OS and the peace of mind as a developer or on a daily basis, if you want to spend 54,000, I would say the quality of a MacBook at that device, even an older generation, is far better than this device at this particular price point. I personally won't recommend buying this device. So that is what I wanted to say. I'll be putting this blog in the description below. If you want to read it, you can go ahead and read more about what are my thoughts. Pretty much cover the same points. Um, I mean, if you, I don't know, it was not a uh, I would say a thorough review. It was just a first review. If I still have the device, I'll probably do a thorough review by taking the positives and negatives. But as a first review, I feel this is a no, don't buy. And if you want to even buy, better go to wait for Flipkart or elsewhere. Better for more usage reviews, because I think there will be few more issues that is from this laptop may come. So I would say better wait for that. Okay. So thank you very much. If you want to subscribe, you can, or if you want to if you like this video, you can give a thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you.